और हमारी गेस्ट हैं जिन्होंने हमें ज्वाइन किया, इनके बारे में पहले हम आपको बताना चाहेंगे और फिर इनसे बात भी करेंगे। कुछ दिनों से हम हाई अचीविंग विमेन को सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं और इनका नाम जो है बहुत नुमायां है। डॉक्टर अमीना फिरदौस 17 अक्टूबर 1959 में अफ्रीकी मुल्क मॉरिशस के एक गाँव में पैदा हुई। यू वोंट बिलीव हर स्टोरी। वो केमिस्ट्री में PhD डॉक्टरेट और बायोडाइवर्सिटी साइंटिस्ट और सियासतदान भी है। सो मेनी थिंग्स
दैट्स सो डाइवर्स इन इटसेल्फ कि वो केमिस्ट्री में PhD हैं, बायोडाइवर्सिटी साइंटिस्ट और साथ में पॉलिटिशियन भी।
तो साइंसी खिदमात की वजह से हुकूमत और अपोजिशन की जानिब से सदारत की मुश्तरका उम्मीदवार बनी। 2015 में मॉरिशस की पहली खातून सदर मुंतखब हुई। बतौर सदर अमीना फिरदौस 2016 में दौरा पाकिस्तान भी कर चुकी हैं। ख़वातीन साइंसदान के लिए यूनेस्को अवार्ड समेत कई बैनुल अक़वामी एजाज़ात भी अपने नाम कर चुकी हैं और ख़वातीन की तालीम के लिए आज भी आवाज़ उठा रही हैं। कुछ इनके अवार्ड्स बता दूं आपको, उन्हें वर्ल्ड यूथ समिट फॉर पीस और इंटरनेशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स कमीशन की जानिब से बेनज़ीर भुट्टो लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड भी दिया गया है। और डॉक्टर अमीना ने हमें ज्वाइन किया है आज।
थैंक यू डॉक्टर साहिबा, थैंक यू डॉक्टर अमीना फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन. First of all, congratulations on winning the Benazir Bhutto Lifetime Achievement Award. It's certainly a great honor, and you are an inspiration to a lot of women out there.
Definitely.
And yesterday we all were celebrating International Women's Day as well. So we would like to know your perspective. That do you see that there is any change in the conditions that women are in these days as compared to the previous years and previous decades?
Have we started the interview?
Yes, we have. We are live on air right now, Dr. Firdaus.
Okay, right. Thank you for having me on Geo, and it's indeed a great pleasure to be with you today. The question you have asked is, has there been any improvement? There was, but unfortunately over the past year, we have seen a reversal in the gains that have been made since the Beijing conference, CDO conference in 1995. So there's a lot of work to be done to really address women issues, women rights, and everything to do with women welfare. Because at the end of the day, the woman remains the pillar of society, the family, and when she's not well, I don't think the society will be well. So we need to do a lot more effort to address the rights of women and also the empowerment of women. Because on my continent, African continent, we find that many women operate in the informal sector. And it is precisely this informal sector that has to be addressed. And we have seen a lot of losses of women's empowerment issues during the COVID. So there's a lot of work to be done on this particular issue here.
You've already made a lot of contributions, Dr. Firdaus. We want to congratulate you on the Benazir Bhutto Award, especially. We take a lot of pride in that as well. You come from the field of STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. How do you, implore people or inspire women to come in this field in your country?
Unfortunately, women, especially girls, they're not encouraged to go in the STEM field. And this is the stereotype that we have to address at a very young age. And this is where the damage is done to young girls, because systematically she's being told that she can't do sciences, science are for boys. In fact, I myself has been the subject of this discrimination when I was very young. But I had very important cheerleaders at home. My father always taught me that I could do anything. And I think this is what we have to do. We need to increasingly have the fathers, the brothers, the uncles to become the cheerleaders of these girls so that they are told that they can do anything, because they can do anything. And I think once this girl has had this self-confidence at a very young age, she will be able to make headway. And interestingly, in Pakistan, when I visited the HEJ, the ICC, the University of Karachi, I always get that acronym wrong, and there we find many trained, many well-talented Pakistani ladies who are at the helm doing great sciences. And so I think, again, this is something that Pakistan must be very proud of and must showcase these women, because they can become role models in Pakistan itself. And I am also looking at the progress that Pakistan is making in the IT revolution, the IT industry, and it's commendable. So what can Pakistan do more if you actually bring all these girls on board? Just imagine the GDP output if we are going to get all these contributions from all these talented women. So we need to have a special effort made towards empowering these young girls in making a difference in the STEM field, because STEM innovation, it's a vehicle for wealth creation, and we know how much these women can contribute.
All right, if we particularly, Dr. Meena, talk about women issues, do you see any similarities that the issues that women face, particularly in an African country like Mauritius, or if we talk about Pakistan? Here today, if we talk about Pakistan, it is still very difficult for women to pursue education according to their own choice, let alone be career opportunities. It is still difficult for women to marry a man of their own choice. So do you see any similarities in the issues?
Women issues across the world to a certain degree, I mean, it's all a question of degree, they're all the same. If you're talking about, issues in Pakistan, the issues you have mentioned, you'll find that to a certain degree in many countries in Africa as well, and everywhere. So I think it comes to one important factor, and that comes down to education. So we really need to empower these women through education. And when they are educated, they, it has been said time and time again that when you educate a man, you educate an individual. But when you educate a woman, a girl, you educate a family, you educate a society. True. So we need to start educating. And the Chinese rightly said, women hold half the sky. And this is something that has to be brought home, that when the woman is educated, she will be able to look after the family. When the woman goes out to work, she invests over 80% of her earnings in the family. So there is a lot of plus point, but definitely the issues are the same throughout the world. Pakistan should not be felt, kind of excluded out of this. It's the same thing. But what we need to do is increasingly become the torchbearers of all these women out there. And we have the responsibility, us women who have made it, to become a role model and also to empower these girls out there and these women out there.
Dr. Meena Firdaus, thank you so much for talking to us, and it makes us feel slightly better that problems are all across the same. At least the solutions could be same as well. We can learn from one another. Thank you so much for taking out the time for us.
And congratulations once again on winning the Benazir Bhutto Lifetime
Absolutely.
Achievement Award.
अब थोड़ा सा हम ट्रांसलेट करना चाहेंगे, थोड़ी सी तसल्ली ज़रूर हो जाती है ख़वातीन के मसलों का जब हम पूछते हैं। मतलब अफ्रीका की एक्स प्रेसिडेंट हैं जिनसे हम बात कर रहे हैं, मॉरिशस की एक्स प्रेसिडेंट हैं, प्रॉब्लम्स जो हैं ख़वातीन के हवाले से अगर देखा जाए तो बहुत सिमिलर हैं, तो लिहाजा हम यही पढ़ाई इज़ द ओनली वे आउट, एजुकेशन इज़ द ओनली वे आउट, उनका कहना था।
फ़र्क होता है कि कितनी ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स एक जैसी हैं, बस कहीं ज़्यादा हैं और कहीं कम है,
लेकिन सोल्यूशन पढ़ाई ही है, एजुकेशन ही है, और इस पर हम जितना भी स्ट्रेस करें कम ही होगा। अभी हम ब्रेक ले रहे हैं और फिर खान साहब हमारे साथ हैं और उनसे कुछ सुनेंगे।